Well, guys, how's it going? So, it's another freaking rainy day again. All we need is more fucking rain. But what are you gonna do? So, what's the point? What's on into today's video? Well, something quite interesting happened last night, and I don't even know if hardly anybody in this freaking town knows about it. Of course, if they had security cameras, they probably would know, but luckily I do. So, I tend to see more than probably a normal person would, I guess. But, last night, I suppose around 10:20 p.m., it was pretty much dark out at that point, I seen a bear in town. I know people ain't gonna believe me, but I don't know what else the hell it would be. It was awful. It wasn't a full-grown bear. And it wasn't really a baby bear either, because if it was a baby bear, well then, the mother would technically be right there on top of it. So, this bear, I think, was just old enough now to where it didn't need to be with the mother anymore, and the mother said get lost, and the bear got lost. So, I do have a little bit of a video clip here. I'll share it, but it's going to be kind of, digital and kind of grainy looking, just because, cameras at night and far away and only being 1080p, they don't really do that good being zoomed in like that. So, have a look for yourself. I did, like I said, I zoomed it in and whatever else, but that would be our first bear ever in this town. And like I said, I don't even know if half the people even know that a bear wandered through town. It's not something we really needed. But if we see it more and more, then the cops will have to call, I guess it would be like some kind of an animal control company or whatever. I guess apparently we have some of them around here. I just don't see them, but they probably have to come from quite a ways away. And I don't know what they would have to do. I suppose they'd have to try to figure it out, figure where it was at, or figure its route, or whatever, set up traps, whatever. I don't know what they would have to do, but they'd have to do something, obviously. But I don't think I've ever seen. Let me start with this. It was only about maybe 3 years ago. Me and Mother were cracking jokes about this because we heard about on the news that up there in Canada, because of all the damn wildfires that they've been having over the years, that the wildlife can't really even live there anymore. They have to move, to another location where they know it doesn't burn every stinking year. And apparently the bears and other animals, they have moved closer in the towns, either small towns or even cities. They've tried to move in because there's nowhere else for them to go, because their original homes, they kept getting burned up all the time, and they probably got sick and tired of having to rebuild all the time. So, but I know this must have been last year, maybe even a couple of years ago, I don't remember now either, but in the town where, it's the town where my old Players dealer used to be at, but now they have that repair shop there they're obviously Big Red's been there to get that transmission fixed, but in that town, they have spotted bears, and I think somebody said that they even spotted a mama bear with 2 cubs, or 2 babies. I don't know if they actually wandered right through town or if it was just kind of like on the outskirts of town. I don't know. They said in town, so I'm guessing literally in town. But I guess as long as they're not really being a nuisance to people, like digging through your garbage and tearing your stuff up, then I guess you just have to let them be, which I think is kind of a ridiculous reapply to when people report, bears. And maybe some people that wouldn't be too much of a problem. You know, but it's more of a problem for us because we have cattle. Cattle are very expensive animals to have, and bears will take cows down. You know, so, but if we don't ever see this bear again, well, then there's nothing to worry about until the next bear decides to randomly wander through town. But that's the last thing that we need, because then if we lose a cow, you know, well, is the state going to reimburse us for losing, literally a $2,000 cow? I doubt it, because it's nature, you know. Well, cattle are not nature; they're not wild animals. They are bred animals, and they are what make us money. So, but whatever, it is what it is, I guess. But they shouldn't be. They really shouldn't even be wandering through town, but they don't know what to do, I guess, because, you know, they can't live really anywhere else. So, and then, what the hell was it? A couple of weeks ago? Yeah, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember. What the hell did I see? I know I seen it on a freaking gaming camera, but I don't remember what one now, because I got like 4 of these stupid things up. One in the main driveway at the yard, and then the rest are out in the field. I don't remember which one it was, but I'm pretty freaking damn sure that I seen a coyote run through town, because it was bigger than a fox. And apparently, what my uncle says that he has seen coyotes standing on top of the dike, which is very comforting to know, because I know that, I mean, coyotes, they'll take cows down too, but they won't do it unless they're in a pack. But I think if it was just like a lone coyote, they would probably try to take down a calf, because it would be of the same size. So naturally, they're probably going to try to take something down that's within their own size or smaller. Anything bigger than that, they probably wouldn't try it, but unless they were in a pack. So that gets to be kind of comforting, you know, especially during calving season, that you have to worry about, you know, not only coyotes now, but now you kind of have to wonder about what this fucking bear is going to do. You know, and I don't know. I think, I guess depending on how it would play out, if we witness the bear taking a cow down, that would give us legal right to kill the bear. The problem is that bears are very tough animals, and it takes more than just one bullet to put them down. You're talking like literally a dozen rounds it probably would take to bring a bear down. Because now this bear is a little bit smaller, so maybe it would take less rounds, but, you know, they're still tough animals. And being shot at, you know, I think a bear would get a little irate, and it would come after you. So you'd have to really plan ahead. You'd have to really come up with a quick plan. My plan would be to stay in the Tahoe. If it's in the pasture, go on top of the dike, shoot at it from the top of the dike, and then if I have to, then I'll just jump down the damn dike with the blazer and just give her all hell right across the field. Either until it stops chasing me, or until I can get back on top of the highway and then outrun it on the highway. Because, I mean, a bear can only go so fast. I can do 120 with my blazer easily. So, but, I don't know, it's just, that's the first sighting I think I've ever seen. I've never seen a bear. You know, I knew that there were some bears close to home, but not that close. You know, I mean, that's where the repair shop is at, you know, for Big Red. So, and they're what? 40, maybe 40 minutes away, not quite that. I don't know. They're a ways away, but, you know, you can do it. So, but, you know, the thing with bears and with any animal, they tend to wander. And this bear was probably just wandering, just happened to wander up here. I don't know what his plans were. If he just wants to wander, see some new scenery, or if he literally is trying to find new territory. Because maybe there's getting to be too many bears over there, and maybe that bear wandered over here. But another thing is that could have been possible is that maybe the bear come from Canada. Maybe it crossed the border. We don't know. You know, because they're slowly being pushed over here because they don't have any ground in Canada to live in, because Canada keeps freaking burning up every year. So how Canada can have anything left, I don't know. You know, because they literally burn everything in sight. So I don't know what ground they have left. So, but it's shut up, Troller. It's an interesting thing, that's for sure. Now what's going to be interesting, of course it ain't going to happen now because of course it freaking rained. I was hoping to maybe cut my lawn today. That's going to be a big fat NO because now the ground's too wet. So I guess I won't know. I guess the $1 million question now I wonder is, if was the bear in my woods? I don't know that because I don't know that. Freaking spider, get out of here. Get out of here. Nobody likes you. You're just as ugly as anything else. So, but yeah, I don't know. I won't know until I check all my gaming cameras that I have out in the field. When I first saw it, he was here in town, and I was like, what the, I was really kind of concerned at first because I was like, I ain't never seen nothing like this before. It ain't no freaking deer, because you know how deer look. We see deer every night wandering through town, and I know what they look. I know how they walk, and I know their every move pretty much. I thought, well, it's definitely not a coyote, because it's too big to be a coyote. And if you look at the legs, well, the legs are too big. The legs are too fat, you know. And the way it was wandering, and the way it was ducking its head down, you know, it just screamed bear. So, and I sent the pictures, you know, to Mother and to my sister and whatever else, and they all said too, yeah, it's a bear. It's probably a young bear, because I think a full-grown bear, either a black bear or a brown bear, I don't know what this was, because obviously it was dark out. So who knows what it was, but a bear is a bear, and they get, 6 feet tall? Even when they're standing on all four paws? They are quite big animals. So, but this obviously wasn't 6 feet tall. It was a little smaller, but it wasn't a baby either, because this bear was wandering by itself, and it was still bigger than a cub. So I think it was at that stage in life now where the mother didn't want nothing to do with it anymore, and it just wandered off all by itself, and now it's living on its own. But you'll see it in the clip where it was at, and originally I thought maybe, because when I first saw it, it was already in the ditch on this side, and it was already walking south. So that's why I automatically thought, did this son of a bitch come off the farm road? Like, did it just literally walk, down the road? And I was like, well, if it did, I got a gaming camera, so it should have caught that. But once you get past, literally, once you start hitting the road, well, then the night vision, gets to be questionable. But if you're within the west side of the road, then the camera can pick it up pretty good. But once you get outside that, then it gets to be questionable. But I think the camera would still pick it up. You would still see some kind of motion there, or movement. So then I decided, well, I'm going to replay my footage back on my security system. And thank God they fixed my freaking app, because my app was down for 2 days. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. I couldn't get into my cameras. I didn't want to do it on the main system because that is actually harder. And I've yet to actually figure out how you can store videos on there and then put them onto a thumb drive. I found it out on my phone, which is really super, super easy on your phone. But if you can do it on that thing, I don't know. I've never tried it. So, but I replayed the footage on my phone, and It literally looked like it came across this, like it walked right in front of the ex-mayor's house. Obviously, I don't say his real name on camera, just to respect his privacy if he doesn't want his name to be blasted all over YouTube. But he owns this house and then the house next to it. He doesn't live in this one. It's the one next to it that he lives in. So it walked literally right down, right in his house or in his yard, in the front. Literally right in front, almost like a freaking deer would do, or a cat, or a dog. So that's kind of, I don't know. I know that the ex-mayor has a camera on his house. I don't know what that would have caught, if it would have caught the bear walking down the road. I think he has that more or less pointed at his pickups, obviously to protect his investment. But if he could see the bear, I don't know. But it literally looked like it was like on the sidewalk. Even in my house, I have a sidewalk, right? Of course, nobody uses it anymore because that's 1920s technology. Nobody around here does that anymore. So, but that's what it looked like. It's like he literally was walking on the sidewalk and walked across the gravel road into the ditch, snooped in the ditch for a little bit, I suppose looking for something to eat, and then actually went up. It actually went up. It went up to the, I don't know, I guess right here it would be the school driveway. They got one there and then they got one over here. So just walked right up the school driveway like he owned it and didn't even give a shit. So I know that that school has cameras, but I mean, I imagine they record 24/7 as well. So if they actually caught anything, I don't know, and I'm not going to bother them, say, hey, can I get some footage from so-and-so, it's like, I don't think that's really, unless the bear was doing some damage, but I think then the cops would request that. But an ordinary person like me, I don't think I could just request that from a school. So, but I don't know. But then it walked, like I said, it walked up that road there. And then I know that when you go just over the hill a little bit, you keep going straight south, there's a house right there. And that's actually where the mayor lives. If he's still mayor now, I don't know, because I haven't gotten an update from the community thing, if we have a new mayor or not, or what the fuck is going on. I have no clue. So, but just to picture yourself being in this guy's fucking shoes, coming out at 10:20 at night, or roughly, to whatever, and you come across a fucking bear wandering in your yard. It's like, holy shit, this stuff is just getting kind of sketchy, I mean, I've had pretty much everything wander through my yard. I mean, I get deer every day. I've had foxes run through my yard. What the hell else did I have running? I think the only thing I haven't had yet was a snake. I can't think of any. I don't think I've ever had a snake wander through my yard. So, but I've had almost everything, So I don't know, but bears are kind of the one animal you don't really want to fuck with too much. So, but I don't know where it went from there. I don't know. Like I said, because then obviously after that, I wasn't going to follow it. So I think in a way I kind of wanted to, but of course, mother, she gets in the way and she's like, no, don't you do that. You're like, well, fucking hell, you got to know where it's going too. Got to make sure it actually gets the hell out of town and doesn't stick around. For all I know, it could be sleeping in somebody's fucking backyard right now. Or it could have wandered into my woods. And I remember, who the hell was it? Somebody on my YouTube here left a comment. Might have been South Saskatchewan Farmer. I don't remember. But I know somebody was saying something about that. You better be careful because one day you might spot a bear in your woods. That reality is... that's getting to be quite truthful here. You know, because, I mean, I don't know if that bear wandered through my field or not now, but it ain't going to be the last time that we see a bear now. I think there's going to be more of them, which isn't going to be good news, especially if you want to do stuff down there like I do, and 99% of the time I'm doing it by myself. So, I don't know, but I don't know. If he doesn't come back, then we'll know. If we don't see him wandering through town like tonight or something, well, then we know he's just wandering through. He just come from somewhere. I don't know where, but chances are he probably did come from out east, out of that other town there that's been known to have bears. He might have been one of those cubs for all we know, and just finally grew up and then got kicked in the ass and said, "Get the hell out of get out of my den," you know, or wherever the fuck they sleep in. So, and then just maybe it just wandered itself right along here and got up to the border or whatever, and then who knows? Who knows? And people always wonder, even Mother has always wondered, well, why do you need all these cameras? Why do you need cameras on your houses? Why do you need cameras in your trees? It's, I mean, not only is it just for trespassers and you know, aliens that wander across your property, it's for shit like this. If I never had that security camera system last night, I never would have even known about a bear wandering through my town. You know, it's insane. I've been here for 32 and a half-ish years, pretty much, you know, my whole entire life, right? Not once have I seen a damn bear wander through town. So, well, hopefully that, you know, he'll just keep wandering and not come back, but then another one's just going to take his place anyway. Eventually there is going to be a bear that's going to want to stay here, because yes, it is a quiet town. It's not as loud as like a city. But that's the problem too, is that this town is actually quiet, you know, and if deer make themselves comfortable, so will a bear. There's turkeys here in town that are more than comfortable being here, because they know, for one, we're not going to run them over. So they'll literally stand on the fucking road. You know, they don't move until you're literally right on top of them. That's how comfortable they are. And it's just, you know, and the deer. I've had deer literally sleep in my freaking backyard, like 10 feet from my house. This is just how comfortable they're getting with shit. And then you let a fucking bear do that, that bear's going to get comfortable. And then it's going to start destroying private property. And then, you know, everybody's going to start getting pissed off because, you know, they're losing their pets or property's being damaged. Whatever. Well, UPS is stopping at my house. So, I do have something coming in the mail. I don't think it'll be here yet, though, but no, it's coming by FedEx, of course. The fucking queerest company in the world. But I found some coveralls I gotta start wearing too. I found a pair, because I'm destroying too many shirts. When I work on like tractors and whatever, I go through so many shirts. I think I've destroyed 4 shirts in the last 2 years. It's insane. So, got some coveralls, uninsulated, of course, and they can take the beating, because you don't wear them anyway all the time, right? So, but yeah. So I don't know, but I guess you guys will have to give me your bear stories if you have any bear stories, because I finally got one, and you guys seen the footage. It's gonna look kind of grainy and shitty, but that's the best I can do, you know, for you guys to be able to somewhat see what's going on. So, but what do you do? So, I don't know if it would have made much of a difference if my cameras were 4K. It might have helped a little bit, but I don't think it's going to help too much. So, didn't think I would need 4K cameras. I only got 1080p cameras. Plus 4Ks are more expensive. But But considering that mine has so many freaking stupid glitches and shit going on with it, I think I'm just going to get a new one. And this time it's going to be a 4K. Because I think there's 8K now. It's just one thing after another. But I don't know. So, but that's what's going on. That's what was going on last night. But like I said, I was definitely having a freaking out moment because I was like, what the fuck is that? You know, I was like, I don't know if this is I mean, there are a million things are going through my mind at this point, you know. So, but looking closer at it, you could tell it was just a stinking bear. So, all I can say is that mother humper better not hang out here because he ain't gonna survive. So, I mean, he'll survive, but I mean, you know, if we have to fight back against him, he ain't gonna survive. You know, especially if animal control has to get involved, and I don't know what they can do. I know they can. Chances are that they're probably going to hunt him, but they may not want to actually kill him, but they're probably going to want to dart him, make him fall asleep, and then they'll load him into a trailer, and then they'll haul him far away. And then it can be somebody else's problem. So, but I don't know. I guess it's just, I don't know what our local animal control things can do. I don't know. I don't know if we have game wardens around here or not. I think they can do stuff with animals too, but I don't know if we have any of those around here. Probably not, but I don't know. It's just, I guess we will never really know until we actually have to, you know, phone the police and be like, yeah, you're going to have to do something. So, because I mean, who else are you going to call? I don't know of any animal control companies, and it seems like if you call one company, they're like, oh, well, we need to hear it from this person and this person. And then you talk to that person like, oh, well, you got to go tell the other person, you know. It's just like a goddamn ring around the rosy kind of fucking thing. It's just like, just get your ass over here and take care of the problem. You know, so. But, yeah. So, that's what was going on there. But I guess we'll have to keep an eye on the bear. Like I said, we'll keep an eye on the bear and see if it wanders back into town in the next couple of nights. Because if it does, well, then you know it plans on sticking around. And we can't have that, especially us, because we have cattle. And knowing that how the state is so fucking retarded, of course every state's retarded, they're not going to reimburse us for losing a cow. It's like, well, you had your chance to get rid of it when you should have, and you never did. So, I don't know. We're going to have to keep an eye on that, I guess, and don't have to worry too much about calves because we don't have any right now. We won't have any calves until probably late June, July-ish sometime, maybe even a little bit later than that. So, I don't know, but that's usually kind of another reason to why we try to lock the calves up with the mothers in the barn as soon as possible, so that way we can, you know, make sure that they can walk and run and bond with the mother, but we can also make sure that they get somewhat big enough too that if they had to run from danger, they could at least attempt to run. So, but I don't know, it's just not something I'm happy about, but what are you going to do? As long as the bear doesn't stick around, I guess there's not much we can do then. Probably wouldn't be too concerned about it, but if it sticks around, if I see it in another couple of days, well, then we'll know it's a problem. So, but unfortunately, I probably won't know if it's been in our woods until, I guess, sometime during the weekend. Because we're talking rain today and I think tomorrow, and then you get like a 1 or 2 day break, and then they're talking more rain again. So, I don't know when I'll get the chance to check those cameras. So, but I'll have to, but unfortunately I won't know until then, you know, if it's been down there. And then if it was, it probably wouldn't matter anyway, because I'm not going to fucking see it, because those cameras, I forgot, those damn cameras, night visions don't even fucking work. They come on, but you can't see nothing because the night vision is so freaking weak. So yeah, probably ain't gonna see nothing anyway. But I don't know. If I guess maybe you can get the timing right, maybe you can figure it out that way. But another thing too is you could probably walk the dirt and maybe look for paw prints. You can see big bear paw prints. Well, then you'll know it's been down there. But now with it freaking raining, all that's gonna get washed away probably. So I don't know. But if it's been on the farm road, which I doubt, that camera works all right. So you would know if there was a bear on that road or not. So, but I kind of doubt it. I think he was in the bush and he walked up over the dike and then walked in here in the town. So, but what are you gonna do? We'll just keep an eye on it, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't become a problem. If it does, well, then it's gonna have to be taken care of. Either they're gonna have to relocate it or they're gonna have to just take them out. Either way, so. Well, yeah, anyways, guys, I guess I'm gonna take off. Just wanted to give you guys that little story and yeah. So, but anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off, so I guess I have a good day and stuff. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.